Hello YouTube. This is my very first commentary for a game of Battlefield Bad Company 2 Rush. We're playing on Harvest Day here, and the footage itself, everybody says that is nothing special. In our case, we weren't up against a very tough enemy, which is very surprising. I got the HD PVR today and tried to do some games with randoms in the afternoon, and I failed miserably. I posted one of those sessions in the channel, but those were really all like that. Either there was half of us in the team, or blueberries that have absolutely no clue. So in here, this is like a third game, rush game in a sequence, or maybe fourth, and the team that we were against was not very strong. So we just went, head on. We managed to arm both. Well, I didn't, but the team managed to arm both of the crates. They actually defused A, which was very surprising of them. So my friend jumped out of the tank and did again. I always enjoy using vehicles. I'm definitely not good with Apache or Hind or choppers in general, except for the Black Hawk. But I really love the firepower. I sort of have the Russian Geroi syndrome, where I see enemies and I don't run for cover. I just want to mow them down. And these tanks and mounted MGs just give me that opportunity, and it's just awesome when you really chop off the heads with a mounted MG, or in this case the Abrams tank. I kind of saw some. I got a glimpse of a bushwookie here, and I did get some hit markers, but then I wanted to push forward. That's something that my friends probably hate me for, because I keep shouting that we need to push forward. And really, like all the games that I've won in here, I have my two Polish friends that do an excellent job, apart from one of my former schoolmates. But the Polish guys really push forward, and it shows. Like every time I play with Gaps, he's really on the front line. And I mean, there always needs to be someone like an assault or medic that sits slightly behind the front line. Oh, we get totally owned by a C4 guy that I should have picked up on that context sensitive scream, but failed there. So what I was saying was, pushing forward. Really, I hate when the action is too slow. Everybody's just watching their backs and running for cover. I'm sort of always arm the crates. I always ask if there's somebody watching my back, and then I just go for it. In here I sort of failed because there's covered in the barn that I somehow missed. And he stays there, so I got a chance to get my revenge eventually. So yeah, I really love the games where we're pushing forward, and I do, you know, get a lot of deaths because I'm still unable. We used to play a lot of enemy territory back in the day, which shares the class system and you know the roles that each one of us has. But you know, it was very. It took a lot more bullets to put down a guy, and there's been these, you know, fights in the open, and you know, it took me ages to get used to the new mechanic, but new for me new. And also, this is a, you know, PlayStation footage, and I've been a long time PC player, and when I say long, I really mean long. I think Battlefield actually does have more mature players than, you know, Call of Duty, for example. But still, I don't think that we're typical guys, you know, over 30 with kids playing video games. But it's just tons of fun. You know, I've had my friends try to talk me into, you know, airsoft guns, you know, running around a forest, shooting plastic balls at each other. Not quite, you know. I love playing soldiers, but I prefer the virtual way. So yeah, Battlefield is a big. I can't say a hobby, because it's more of a drug, really. I have to have my daily dosage at night when the kids are sleeping. What else can I say about this footage? I'm usually, I keep saying that I'm the one going for the craze, but you know, when I see that the team is actually pushing forward, I just do assault job, and I'm out of my RPGs here, and so I'm just staying back and picking these guys off. Yep, I don't know how I missed that guy. It's interesting that, you know, when I watch this, somebody else got him. When you watch the footage after you record it, you see all the guys that you missed when you were playing, and it makes you feel like, wow, how did I not see that guy? So yeah, I think, you know, whoever is watching this, I found it extremely helpful to just watch other people's footage, because I really miss, for example, Uncharted has, I think Black Ops has that too, but I'm really not into that game, because there's just people that have such quick reflexes that it's just not fun to play with them. But Uncharted 2 had this, you know, theater mode where you could actually watch other people's progress through the same game as you've been to, and you can perfectly see, you know, why they had an edge over you, because, you know, they, you know, flagged you there, and then they hide every time, you know, they get hit immediately, rather than, you know, try to, I can do you, and then I'm completely dead, and, you know, another guy picks you up. So here's me failing to arm the crate, and so I go back, and then of course get shot in the back, but I got revived by a random blueberry. You know, people really like. I'm either at games that are really crappy, where the enemy just, you know, completely owns us, Okay, and or I'm at games where we have the upper hand, but it's very rare that we have these really epic battles where, you know, every crate is like down to well, we had a game where we've been down to a single ticket where that we managed to plant. You know, it was like 7 when we planted it, and then it, you know, went off. That was actually Vantage Point in Vietnam, and that was just like, we were screaming. Okay, this guy definitely wants somebody's stock tax. So there's these, but it's very rare. It's very rare, sadly for me. Like, I think the matchmaking has gotten worse recently after these issues with the server. So it's rarely balanced for me. I hope that changes. A few cases where I actually do back off from the action. I failed to mention that I actually switched kits here and took the recon. I really am not good quickscoping people. I do actually have some footage where somehow I managed to do it for a bit, but I really suck. I really need some lane people that give me half a second to do a I guess that's a scope, not really a quick scope. But I actually have my recon class, you know, leveled up quite. You know, getting points by the recon. Because I just love the motion lines. I hate this. There's absolutely nothing for recon in Vietnam like that. I guess it would be odd, but it is the most. That's another thing for a Geroy like me. You know, I go where the action is. I throw a motion ball and I get tons of points. And okay, so at the end we do really nasty spawn trap there, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do, as my friend said. I guess you don't mind, guys. So yeah, that was my first Battlefield video on my new YouTube channel. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and definitely come back, please, and subscribe if you want. And I'll see you around. Bye bye.